minority of elected representatives and political decision makers everywhere, worldwide. Only 24.3% of parliamentarians, 6.6% of heads of state, and 5.2% of head of government are women. Data on political participation of women with disabilities is very scarce. When you search for it, you hardly see it. In Nigeria, we are at 0 level. Or do you know any woman with disability in the National Assembly?
No.
What about state assemblies?
No.
Local government?
No.
No. We are at 0 level. I tried to contest in the last elections, but nowhere. I only got 2,850 votes, and the winner had 19,000 plus votes in 2019 elections. The challenges are high. Is it funding? Is it religion? Is it gender? Is it being a woman with disability? Is it language? And so on. According to the UN flagship report on disability and development, the limited available data shows an extremely low participation and representation of women with disabilities in political and leadership roles. It reports that the representation of women from organizations of persons with disabilities tends also to be low in national coordination mechanisms on disability matters, and that their representation in national machinery for gender equality is even lower. Everyone has the right to take part in government and public affairs. In the UNCRPD, Article 29 states that persons with disabilities have the right to public life and political participation. In Nigerian Disability Act, which was passed in 2019 by President Buhari, Section 5, subsection 29 and 30 talks about the right to participation in politics by persons with disabilities. But it is so sad that we are still at 0 level. Everyone has the right to take part in government and public affairs, to vote and to be elected. Women with disabilities are a diverse group who experience various degrees of discrimination and face many systemic barriers to the exercise of their political rights and empowerment because of their gender and disability. These barriers can be of legal, physical, and attitudinal nature, and include an inadequate access to education, healthcare, employment, and justice. So I came up with some ideas on how to ensure that women with disabilities participate fully in politics. One, you have to build a political base. In order to build a political base, a person with disability, especially women who are vying for elective office, should belong to a political party. Let me ask, who among us, I'm talking about women with disabilities, who among us has a membership card of the political party? Only one person. Only one woman.
Two.
out of 30 participants in the hall. That's so sad. Yes, it's sad because that's the beginning. You have to belong to a political party. It's not a crime as an individual, not as an organization. You need to belong to a party. Second, you need to participate actively in community development and activities. Attend your political parties, and you also have the right to vie for positions in the political parties. Three, climb the political role. Participation in politics should be incremental. You have to begin at the lower level, first as a member, before contesting for political offices. If you want to become the next Senate president, you have to belong to a political party. I plead with you all, go back and join a political party. Then number 4, you have to understand party structures and nomination systems. Politicians need to plan ahead of seeking for an elective position. They know that for them to navigate through the nomination processes successfully requires having a structure or what is called political machines. So, there are 2 structures that should be conquered. And there are being in control of a political party structure and also in control of the campaign team. Number 5, lobbying and negotiation skills. You need to have this skill. It is very important in building a strong political base. Through the word lobbying is used mainly as a legislative term. It has become a word used by politicians in securing their interests. What are you lobbying? What are you asking for? What are your approaches? And what are you negotiating for? Number 6, awareness of current events within the country. The current and the recent event is the one I'm still excited about, which is the establishment of National Disability Commission. A round of applause for our President, the Minister of Humanitarian, to Senator Izunaso, and all the enablers that ensure that today Nigerians with disabilities has a commission where they will be managing their affairs. Some of us at the grassroots, they are not aware of this development. So as a politician, you need to be aware of everything that is happening. Then the big part of ensuring that you participate fully in politics is stakeholders mapping and analysis. Who are your stakeholders? They may be traditional rulers, market women, students, community boys, and other critical stakeholders. You need to identify them in order to build your political career. Power mapping, networking, and alliance building. In every political party, either at the national, state, local government, or ward levels, there are persons who constitute the power block. These are the people who take party decisions. It is important to identify these critical stakeholders and form alliances with them. Number 2, forging allies. It is important for a politician to build allies with people who know and understand his or her vision. These individuals, groups, organizations, communities, etc., must understand the vision of what you are driving at. These allies should constitute persons with and without disabilities, but more of them should be persons without disabilities. In 2014, when I was in US, Arizona, I met a honorable member of the parliament who is physically challenged. She said when she was campaigning, she didn't tell anybody that she is physically challenged. She told them that she's going to make sure their rights are given to them. Is it right to education, right to access healthcare facilities, right to employment opportunities, that she's going to sponsor bills in the parliament that will give them their rights. She never told them she is physically challenged, or she is deaf, or whatever. Number 3, mentorship and mentoring. Who is your mentor? Persons with disabilities who intend to be successful in politics must have mentors and role models. This is different from having godfathers. A political mentor will guide the political career of his mentee or her mentee. Share your experiences. Don't hide anything from your mentor. Campaign strategy. What are the contents of your manifesto? You need to have a clear vision, which is very key, as your vision that will inspire your mission. A person who does not understand his or her vision and mission will not be able to convince others to vote for him or support him or her. Political branding. What are your brands? You need to promote your image. It's very important. You need to identify your cause. Lovable jingles and slogans will further promote the self-image of a person with disability who is vying for an office. Campaign strategies. You need to have a campaign team, which comprises of campaign manager, communication and media, transportation and logistics, research and planning, finance, mobilization, volunteers, budget, and finance. You need to have a fundraiser. You need to have a monitoring and evaluation officer. You need to have security, consultants, legal officers, and so on. Resources. As a woman with disability, you need to mobilize resources. Resource mobilization strategy is very key in politics. A person vying to contest for a political office must have some financial strength. There are various ways of mobilizing funds. 1, open appeals for funds or crowdfunding, door-to-door campaign, working with media, and leveraging on free airtimes and programs. And lastly, human resources. Human and material resources are very important. There is no politics or politician that ever got into any position without any of the 2 resources. In conclusion, let me share one of my favorite quotes. Power is not a material possession that can be given. It is the ability to act. Power must be taken. It is not given. It is never given. And this quote was written by William Powell. So as women with disabilities, power will not come and meet you in your houses, in your offices, or wherever. You need to go out there, join a party, mobilize funds for your campaign, have a very brilliant manifesto, and campaign against your male counterpart. And I hope to see that women with disabilities will come out in number in the year 2023 and run for office. Thank you very much. Yeah, before I go back to my seat, I really want to commend the President Muhammadu Buhari, for establishing a National Disability Commission for millions of persons with disabilities. This was what we have been agitating for over 20 years. And today we have it. So I want us to stand in appreciating Mr. President. Let's give him a standing ovation and a wave. Let's stand, please. Let's stand and appreciate Mr. President. Mr. President has done well for us. He has given voices to persons with disabilities. He has created a National Disability Commission. This is huge. This is a big one. This is a great opportunity that will ensure the rights of persons with disabilities will be given to them. Thank you so much.